Welcome to our deep dive into the world of PepsiCo, where each chapter peels back another layer of one of the world's most influential companies. Buckle up as we journey from the familiar to the hidden shadows.
Chapter 1: The Origins.
PepsiCo's story begins with Caleb Bradham, a pharmacist from New Bern, North Carolina, who invented Brad's drink in 1893. This concoction, intended to aid digestion, was a mix of carbonated water, sugar, vanilla, rare oils, and cola nuts. It eventually became known as Pepsi Cola, with the name derived from the digestive enzyme pepsin and cola nuts used in the recipe. Bradham marketed the drink as a healthful beverage, claiming it could alleviate dyspepsia, indigestion. The brand evolved through the early 20th century, surviving the Great Depression by adopting innovative marketing strategies. For example, during the 1930s, Pepsi introduced a 12-ounce bottle for the price of a 6.5-ounce Coca-Cola, promoting the slogan "twice as much for a nickel." This strategy resonated with consumers looking for value during tough economic times. Next, we have Frito-Lay. The journey of Frito-Lay began with two separate companies. The Frito Company, founded in 1932 by Charles Elmer Doolin and H.W. Lay and Company, established by Herman W. Lay in 1939. The two companies merged in 1961 to form Frito-Lay. Incorporated. Frito-Lay's portfolio includes iconic snacks like Lay's, Doritos, Cheetos, Tostitos, Ruffles, and Fritos. Lay's potato chips, for instance, were the first snack food to be advertised on television, a move that changed the snack industry forever and expanded its reach into households across America. Quaker Oats, founded in the late 1800s, joined the PepsiCo family in 2001. The brand began with a focus on oat products, known for their health benefits. Quaker Oats later expanded into a variety of cereals, snacks, and beverages, reinforcing PepsiCo's presence in the breakfast market. Quaker's acquisition brought with it not only oatmeal but also popular brands like Captain Crunch and Life cereal. The company's historical emphasis on health and wellness adds a contrasting dimension to PepsiCo's portfolio.
Chapter 2: The Rise of the Empire.
With time, PepsiCo's influence grew. Mountain Dew, originally created as a whiskey mixer by Barney and Ally Hartman in the 1940s, has a storied history. The Hartmans initially developed the drink to improve the taste of their homemade whiskey. The name Mountain Dew was actually a colloquial term for homemade whiskey or moonshine in the southern United States. In the 1960s, PepsiCo acquired the brand and reformulated it to become a citrus-flavored soft drink. Mountain Dew now dominates the extreme sports scene, becoming a symbol of high-energy activities and youth culture, thanks to aggressive marketing and sponsorships. Aquafina, PepsiCo's foray into the bottled water market, was launched in 1994. It raised eyebrows because it sourced from public water systems, albeit through a rigorous purification process involving reverse osmosis, ultraviolet, and ozone sterilization. This sparked discussions about the ethics of selling bottled tap water, highlighting the complexities and profitability of the bottled water industry. Despite the controversy, Aquafina became one of the leading bottled water brands globally. Gatorade, developed in 1965 by a team of researchers at the University of Florida for the Florida Gators football team, was designed to replenish fluids, carbohydrates, and electrolytes lost during rigorous physical activity. Acquired by PepsiCo in 2001, Gatorade revolutionized sports hydration, becoming a staple for athletes worldwide. The brand's science-backed approach to hydration cemented its dominance in the sports drink market. Gatorade's marketing campaigns, featuring endorsements from high-profile athletes, further solidified its status as the go-to sports drink.
Chapter 3: Diversification and Dominance.
PepsiCo's diversification strategy didn't stop with beverages and snacks. The company expanded into various sectors to ensure its dominance. For instance, PepsiCo acquired Tropicana in 1998, adding a leading juice brand to its portfolio. This acquisition allowed PepsiCo to tap into the growing health and wellness market, offering consumers a range of 100% fruit juices and juice blends. The acquisition of Quaker Oats in 2001 not only brought the iconic oatmeal brand into the fold but also gave PepsiCo control over Gatorade. This move was strategic, positioning PepsiCo as a leader in the sports nutrition and hydration markets. Quaker's strong emphasis on health and wellness complemented PepsiCo's broader strategy to cater to health-conscious consumers. PepsiCo's purchase of SodaStream in 2018 was another significant move. SodaStream, known for its home carbonation systems, allowed consumers to create their own fizzy drinks at home, reducing reliance on prepackaged beverages and plastic bottles. This acquisition was part of PepsiCo's broader initiative to promote sustainability and personalized consumption, tapping into consumer trends favoring eco-friendly and customizable products. Naked Juice, known for its health-centric marketing, was acquired by PepsiCo in 2007. However, Naked Juice faced lawsuits for misleading labels, claiming their drinks were non-GMO when they weren't. This controversy raised questions about the transparency of health claims in the beverage industry and highlighted the challenges PepsiCo faced in maintaining brand integrity while promoting healthy products. PepsiCo's sustainability initiatives have been a focal point of its corporate strategy. The company has set ambitious goals, such as using 100% renewable electricity in its operations and reducing greenhouse gas emissions. However, these efforts have faced accusations of greenwashing, with critics arguing that PepsiCo's initiatives are more about improving the company's image rather than making significant environmental impacts. The company's extensive use of single-use plastics and its role in contributing to global plastic waste remain contentious issues.
Chapter 4: The Cola Wars.
As PepsiCo grew, its darker side emerged. The cola wars with Coca-Cola were marked by ruthless tactics, including aggressive advertising and exclusive contracts. The infamous Pepsi Challenge taste tests in the 1970s were designed to sway public opinion, sparking a fierce rivalry. The taste tests involved blind taste comparisons between Pepsi and Coca-Cola, often showing that consumers preferred the sweeter taste of Pepsi. These campaigns were highly effective in shifting consumer preferences and market share. During the Cola Wars, PepsiCo used various strategies to challenge Coca-Cola's dominance. They launched the Pepsi Generation campaign, appealing to the youth and positioning themselves as the choice for the new generation. This bold move not only boosted their market share but also intensified the competition. The campaign featured iconic figures from pop culture, including Michael Jackson, who starred in a series of memorable Pepsi commercials. The Cola Wars even reached international markets, with PepsiCo making significant inroads in countries where Coca-Cola had long been the preferred drink. These global battles showcased the extent to which both companies were willing to go to secure their positions in the beverage industry. In some regions, the competition led to exclusive agreements with bottlers and retailers, further escalating the rivalry. In addition to the aggressive marketing tactics, the Cola Wars were also characterized by legal battles and regulatory challenges. Both companies accused each other of unfair practices, leading to numerous lawsuits and antitrust investigations. The intense competition highlighted the high stakes involved in the soft drink industry and the lengths to which these giants would go to protect their market share.
Chapter 5: Agricultural Impact.
PepsiCo's influence over global potato farming is significant, shaping markets and economies but often at the expense of small farmers. The company's demand for uniform quality and quantity has pushed out local farmers, leading to economic disruptions in several regions. PepsiCo's preference for large-scale farming operations has marginalized small-scale farmers, who struggle to compete with the economies of scale achieved by larger agribusinesses. The impact on local farming communities is profound. PepsiCo's reliance on genetically modified crops has raised concerns among environmentalists and consumers. While the company argues that these practices help ensure a consistent and reliable supply, critics point to the potential long-term effects on biodiversity and food security. The extensive use of pesticides and herbicides associated with GMO crops also raises environmental and health concerns. Additionally, PepsiCo's contracts with farmers often require strict adherence to specific growing practices and quality standards. While these contracts provide farmers with a guaranteed market for their produce, they also impose significant constraints on farming methods and crop varieties. This standardization can lead to a loss of agricultural diversity and resilience, making farming communities more vulnerable to pests, diseases, and climate change. PepsiCo has made efforts to address some of these issues through sustainability programs aimed at promoting more environmentally friendly farming practices. These initiatives include water conservation efforts, soil health improvements, and support for regenerative agriculture. However, the effectiveness and scale of these programs are often questioned, with critics arguing that they fall short of addressing the systemic challenges facing global agriculture.
Chapter 6: Labor Controversies.
Labor controversies, including reports of poor working conditions and unfair practices, have cast a long shadow over PepsiCo's operations. In various countries, workers have protested against low wages and unsafe working environments, highlighting the ethical challenges faced by the corporation. PepsiCo has faced numerous allegations of labor violations, including the exploitation of workers and inadequate health and safety measures. These issues have led to legal battles and calls for better corporate accountability. For example, in India, labor unions have reported cases of unsafe working conditions and unfair wages at PepsiCo's manufacturing plants, leading to protests and strikes. The company's response to these controversies has varied, with some efforts to improve conditions and others seen as attempts to deflect criticism. PepsiCo has implemented several initiatives aimed at improving labor conditions, such as the Sustainable Farming Initiative, which promotes better labor practices among farmers in its supply chain. However, the effectiveness of these programs has been questioned, with critics arguing that they often fail to address the root causes of labor issues. PepsiCo has also faced criticism for its impact on workers in the informal economy, particularly those involved in the collection and recycling of plastic waste. While the company has pledged to increase its use of recycled materials, the conditions faced by waste pickers and recyclers remain a significant concern. These workers often operate in hazardous environments with little access to protective equipment or fair compensation.
Chapter 7: Environmental Impact.
PepsiCo's environmental impact extends beyond its agricultural practices to its production and packaging processes. The company is one of the world's largest producers of plastic waste, with billions of plastic bottles and packaging materials produced annually. This has led to significant environmental concerns, particularly regarding ocean pollution and landfill waste. PepsiCo has committed to several sustainability goals, including reducing its greenhouse gas emissions, conserving water, and transitioning to more sustainable packaging materials. The company aims to make 100% of its packaging recyclable, compostable, or biodegradable by 2025. Despite these commitments, critics argue that PepsiCo's efforts fall short of what is needed to address the scale of the environmental challenges it faces. Water usage is another major concern. PepsiCo's operations require significant amounts of water, particularly in water-scarce regions. The company has implemented water conservation measures and aims to replenish more water than it uses in areas of high water risk by 2030. However, the effectiveness of these measures is debated, with some arguing that they do not sufficiently offset the environmental impact of PepsiCo's water consumption. PepsiCo's palm oil sourcing practices have also come under scrutiny. The production of palm oil, used in many of its snack products, has been linked to deforestation, habitat destruction, and human rights abuses. While PepsiCo has committed to sourcing sustainable palm oil, the implementation and monitoring of these commitments have been challenging. The company faces ongoing pressure from environmental groups to improve its practices and ensure that its supply chain is free from deforestation and exploitation.
Chapter 8: Marketing and Advertising Strategies.
PepsiCo's marketing and advertising strategies have played a crucial role in its success. The company is known for its innovative and often bold marketing campaigns, which have helped it build strong brand recognition and loyalty. From celebrity endorsements to viral advertising, PepsiCo has consistently pushed the boundaries of traditional marketing. One of the most notable campaigns in PepsiCo's history is the Pepsi Generation campaign, launched in the 1960s. This campaign targeted the youth market, positioning Pepsi as the drink for the younger generation. The use of contemporary music, energetic visuals, and celebrity endorsements helped PepsiCo connect with a new demographic and differentiate itself from Coca-Cola. PepsiCo has also made significant investments in sports marketing. The acquisition of Gatorade, for example, allowed PepsiCo to dominate the sports drink market. Gatorade's sponsorship of major sports events, teams, and athletes has reinforced its association with athletic performance and hydration. Similarly, PepsiCo's sponsorship of the NFL, NBA, and other major sports leagues has further solidified its presence in the sports industry. Digital marketing has become increasingly important for PepsiCo in recent years. The company has leveraged social media platforms, influencer partnerships, and online content to engage with consumers and promote its brands. PepsiCo's use of data analytics and consumer insights has allowed it to create targeted and personalized marketing campaigns, enhancing its ability to connect with a diverse and global audience. Despite its marketing prowess, PepsiCo has faced controversies related to its advertising strategies. Accusations of misleading health claims, culturally insensitive ads, and the promotion of unhealthy products to children have sparked public backlash and regulatory scrutiny. These issues highlight the complex and often contentious nature of marketing in the modern era. Chapter 9: Health and Nutrition. As a major producer of snacks and beverages, PepsiCo's impact on public health and nutrition is significant. The company's products, which include sugary drinks and processed snacks, have been linked to rising obesity rates and related health issues such as diabetes and heart disease. In response to growing health concerns, PepsiCo has made efforts to reformulate its products and introduce healthier options. The company has reduced the sugar content in many of its beverages, introduced low-calorie and zero-calorie alternatives, and expanded its portfolio to include more nutritious snacks. For example, PepsiCo's acquisition of Naked Juice and Tropicana reflects its commitment to offering healthier beverage options. Narrator: PepsiCo has also set nutritional goals to improve the health profile of its products. These goals include reducing added sugars, saturated fats, and sodium across its portfolio. The company aims to ensure that at least two-thirds of its global beverage portfolio will have 100 calories or fewer from added sugars per 12-ounce serving by 2025. Despite these efforts, PepsiCo continues to face criticism from health advocates and public health organizations. Critics argue that the company's core products remain unhealthy and that its marketing strategies often target vulnerable populations, including children and low-income communities. The promotion of high-sugar and high-fat products in developing markets has also raised concerns about the global impact of PepsiCo's business practices on public health. PepsiCo has partnered with various organizations to promote health and wellness initiatives. These partnerships include collaborations with the American Heart Association, the World Health Organization, and local health agencies to support nutrition education, physical activity programs, and community health initiatives. However, the effectiveness and sincerity of these initiatives are often questioned, given the inherent conflict of interest between promoting public health and selling high-calorie, processed foods and beverages. Chapter 10: Corporate Social Responsibility. Corporate social responsibility (CSR) has become a central aspect of PepsiCo's business strategy. The company has implemented various initiatives aimed at supporting communities, promoting sustainability, and enhancing its social and environmental impact. PepsiCo's Global Citizenship Program focuses on three main pillars: human sustainability, environmental sustainability, and talent sustainability. The human sustainability pillar includes initiatives to improve nutrition, access to clean water, and health and wellness programs. Environmental sustainability encompasses efforts to reduce the company's carbon footprint, conserve water, and promote sustainable agriculture. Talent sustainability focuses on fostering a diverse and inclusive workplace, supporting employee development, and promoting ethical business practices. One of the flagship initiatives under PepsiCo's CSR strategy is the PepsiCo Foundation. Established in 1962, the foundation supports various philanthropic efforts, including grants and partnerships with nonprofit organizations, community development projects, and disaster relief programs. The foundation's mission is to create a healthier and more sustainable world by addressing pressing social and environmental issues. PepsiCo has also launched specific programs to empower women and support economic development. The company's Women with Purpose initiative.
Final chapter: The shadows of PepsiCo.
As we close our journey, let's take a moment to revisit the darker chapters of PepsiCo's story. From aggressive marketing tactics in the cola wars to significant environmental impacts, PepsiCo's rise to prominence has not been without controversy. Narrator: the cola wars with Coca-Cola showcased ruthless strategies and competitive fervor, with PepsiCo employing aggressive advertising and exclusive contracts to sway public opinion and market share. These intense battles left a lasting mark on the beverage industry. PepsiCo's influence over global agriculture has often been at the expense of small farmers. The company's reliance on large-scale farming operations and genetically modified crops has raised concerns about sustainability, environmental health, and the marginalization of small-scale farmers. Narrator: labor controversies have plagued PepsiCo's operations, with reports of poor working conditions, low wages, and unfair practices in various countries. These issues highlight the ethical challenges faced by the corporation in maintaining labor rights and equitable practices. Environmental impacts from water usage, waste management, and carbon emissions continue to be significant challenges for PepsiCo. While the company has committed to sustainability initiatives, accusations of greenwashing suggest that more substantial efforts are needed to achieve meaningful environmental progress. PepsiCo's role in public health remains contentious, with many of its products linked to health issues such as obesity and diabetes. Despite efforts to introduce healthier options and reformulate products, the balance between profitability and public health responsibilities continues to be a delicate one. As we reflect on these shadows, it's clear that PepsiCo's story is a complex tapestry of triumphs and tribulations. While the company has achieved global success, it also faces ongoing challenges in addressing the ethical, environmental, and health-related impacts of its operations. Thank you for joining on this deep dive into the intricate and multifaceted world of PepsiCo. If you're interested in more explorations of the stories behind the headlines, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned. Until next time, stay curious and aware of the stories lurking beneath the surface.